Hello everyone, welcome back to Geeky Panda channel, and today I'm really excited to make this video to check out some new screenshots and videos from Syberia Remastered. Previously, if you haven't watched that video, I have made an initial introduction talking about the Syberia Remastered project, and in that video we took a look at the remastered Kate Walker, as well as Oscar, and Valadiline. And in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at a remastered Barokstadt. For those of you who don't know, Barokstadt is the second map, second location you move into after you finish your business in Valadiline, and as well as the remastered train and machinery. Well, in order to talk about these, I'm no longer looking at a web page with all the advertisements, but this is the Steam page for the game Syberia Remastered. I have previously checked Microids' webpage, although on that page they just have like a regular introduction of the first news, like these ones in there, and they don't necessarily have the developer commentary or like updates. This particular one was posted on August 8th, and it says, "Hello adventurers, after years of renovation, Barokstadt University is thrilled to welcome you into its beautiful remastered walls." So there's a video, we're definitely going to watch that, but before we do that I want to look at the screenshots because I want to save the best to last. I believe this is the entrance, and with every screenshot I'm honestly blown away with how beautiful it looks, how genuine and authentic the locations are, lovingly recreated. And I don't remember this particular details on the walls with like the horse head and stuff, but I definitely do remember the mammoth skeleton. Let's look at the second one. Well, this is a further back. This is the entrance to the university. So the Barokstadt University can be broken into several different sections, although it is presented as like one location. In the original game, this location is quite vast and it covers multiple areas. So in the Barokstadt University section, there is the station aviary, the train station that also works as a bird aviary and stuff, and then there's the university. Along with that, there's also the wall, right? We are going to see all of that in here, I guess. So this is what the university entrance looks like. If my memory serves me right, there's supposed to be a student right on the left side of the entrance, although he could have been further down into the courtyard, but I remember him to be at the entrance. But we don't see him here, but of course this is just for the location, and all I can say is that it looks as massive and as breathtaking as it looked in the original. I love how all locations are authentically recreated. In my previous video, one commented saying that everything looks the same and they didn't need to remaster this. Yeah, everything does look pretty similar, but remember, this is not like a remake, right? This is a remastered, as far as I'm concerned, because it says Syberia Remastered. All I want from the developer is to modernize the game with as little technical problems as possible, modernize the graphics, and just give us the same experience. That's all I'm looking for, and I really appreciate that the locations are as authentic as they are, and I don't want anything to be changed about them, because why fix something that ain't broke? So, ain't broken. This is a courtyard. Okay, so I was wrong. The student is in fact right there. You don't see my mouse, but there's a student. I mean, I assume he's a student, but I'm pretty sure he was a student who is standing on the left side of the staircase. And if you go up to him and talk, the exchange is pretty funny. It's just one of those conversations that gives Kate Walker a really strong character edge. I don't think we had this particular angle in the original game. I think in the original game, the camera was on the left side of the central statue. If you look at the central statue that's on the left side of this image, is of course the music stand that was created by Hans Warlberg, and we are going to do something with it. One thing that doesn't sit right with me when I watched my last video is how much spoilers I've given, like how many spoilers I've given. I'm going to try to refrain from doing that, because there may be new people who are new to the series and want to experience this as a unique story, and it wouldn't be fun for me to reveal all the surprises, right? So I shouldn't just assume that everyone that's watching this video is a veteran player. That's the location that I've been talking to you before. So what we are currently on is the wall that, you know, decides the outside and inside of the university, and in the distance you can see the station aviary. Everything is beautifully created, and we do get on the wall, although I don't think we had this, you know, camera angle in the original game. So this is a unique camera angle. It's beautiful, and I'm really happy to see it. One thing that doesn't sit right with me, that I have seen other people mention it as well, is how yellow the game looks. The original one looked more grayish. I've touched on that in my previous video, and I'm going to say it again because I feel like they still continue with that style. I would really prefer if this game was more grayish in terms of like color palette, instead of sepia or yellowish, because, you know, the way that it looks right now reminds me of a desert setting, but the original grayish color palette gave this game a very eerie and isolated, like lonesome feeling. It was more muted and stuff, and I really like that, and I think it's a stylistic choice that is very close to the identity of Syberia. I would pretty much, you know, want that to be reflected in the remaster. I think this is something they shouldn't change too much. Okay, so let's also watch the video. One thing that I really like is the ambient sound. I think the sounds sound very quality. And I feel like the skeletons look more cartoonish, like Grim Fandango style, rather than, you know, authentic looking skeletons. But I think that really works well with the style of this game. Like when you look at this, like deer or like reindeer or something, I don't really know the name of this animal, but the skeleton is not really as detailed. It's low poly probably, but it really doesn't bother me. What I really care the most are the environments, and environments look very authentic, very nice. Again, the only qualm I have is the color palette. Make it more grayish, maybe like more muted, maybe bluish, and you'll win my heart forever. Because I feel like the original game has more of an eerie style. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that this game has the camera kind of on like a train track. The original game, as you guys know, is a point-and-click adventure game, so the camera angles are predetermined. You cannot really change them. All the best you can get are different camera angles. But in this one, just like in Syberia the world before, the camera is on a track and looks like it kind of moves along as you move to a certain location in the game. Syberia 3 was like this as well, but in that one, camera was a lot more janky, because the camera would like focus on the character, like it would go like zoom in on the character, and it was very nauseating. But thankfully, this camera looks more natural. The way that the camera moves reinforces the idea that this game is also created in the same engine as Syberia the world before, and I feel like the team is using their expertise in Syberia the world before to really polish this game and get it out as soon as possible. Yeah, it's beautiful. Like in this part, you go into the library. I wish they had shown the library as well, because this is not the entirety of Barokstadt. It's far from that. It's just a small taste of what Barokstadt is. Very few locations. This is like 1/3 of the locations in Barokstadt. So next up, we have the train. Again, we have screenshots, and we have some more locations from the Barakshad. This is the wall that I've talked about. So let's look at the screenshots. Okay, we are back in Valadilane. In Valadilane, this is probably the train station. Yeah, this is the train station that's located in the Vorarlberg mansion, or the compound. It looks beautiful. I love how the shadows are reflected accurately. It really adds to the ambience. My eyes are searching for the cleaning staff, and if you look at the very left side of the page, you're going to see like a black figure, and that's basically a janitor. He's mopping the floor, and he is humming or whistling a tune that we are going to hear in the first game, like later on. So that's not spoiler, right? That's not a spoiler. It isn't a spoiler. So that's inside the train. This bed plays a role. I don't think you see this angle. You don't see the bed like this in the first game. I feel like you see this angle in the second game, because that's the part when you move into this room. I don't think you move into here in the first game. I may be wrong, but on the left side, in front of the bed, we don't see Kate's suitcase. One problem that we had in this game was a bit inconsistent, that Kate Walker's suitcase teleported from the hotel room into the train. So I really hope the developers do make this fix, where they introduce an extra mission for Kate to go back to the hotel room, get her stuff, and bring them back to the train. I think that would help a lot with the continuity, and it wouldn't put too much of a burden in the development process, I think. So the next up is a puzzle. For those of you who don't know, this is a puzzle in the Barokstadt area. It's a bit towards the end of it. Well, there are a couple things that you need to do in Barokstadt, and that's one of them. This is in front of the music stand that's in the courtyard, in the middle of the courtyard. And as you can see, there's an egg. So at a certain point in the game, you will have to acquire an egg in order to solve this puzzle. I think this egg is already there, so you need to get another one to put it here to stabilize the scale and therefore open the vault. And who knows what you see in the vault. And I believe these are all the screenshots that we have, and we have one more video showing you the wall. So let's take a look at this one as well. So this is outside the wall. As you can see on the left side, you can see destroyed buildings, because this game has a theme of like post-World War remains, and you know, the world is very desolate, and it's deliberately designed to be that way, to kind of showcase the, you know, desperation and the loneliness in the Eastern Europe after the World Wars. I think that's a very uneducated guess. I didn't search too much into it, but I believe I heard something along those lines in a developer commentary video, and I am glad we get these angles as well. You see, the beauty of the remaster is that I think you are going to get a lot more for your buck, and you are going to see extra locations that did not really appear clearly in the first game. That's what I'm really excited about. Again, the sepia tones, not my favorite. And the ground texture could have been much better. And I think the train could have a little bit more light work embedded into it. Like, give us some shines, like don't make it a flat color, make sure it looks metal, make sure it's grimy, stainy, right? One problem I have is, you know, there are bumps on the road, and when Kate Walker moves up a little bit, the camera moves up with the Kate Walker as well. So the camera becomes very janky, very shaky, and very sensitive, even for the small level differences on the ground. I think the camera can stay stationary, or else we are going to have another Syberia 3 in our hands. And there's another thing I want to mention. they actually did fix Kate's eyes. If you look at the website, or if you look at the original post, you're going to be able to see the difference. Kate's eyes look a lot more bluish in that one, but they kind of fixed it. I don't know if you can really tell in the video, but her eyes look more brownish now. They're still light brown, but I'll take what I can get. They're brown now, and I'm loving it. It's more accurate. Thankfully, the character doesn't look like Megan Fox now, and it looks more like Kate Walker. I would have still appreciated more pronounced cheekbones, but I'll take what I can get, as I said. Yeah, that's about it when it comes to Syberia Remastered news. I'm so excited for this game, and I'm really looking forward to playing it on this channel. I hope you guys stick with me for the journey ahead, and I'm going to make more videos when more updates are available. Take care.